Good afternoon. This is Tom Murdoch, and I am welcoming you here into the sanctuary at First Christian Church. This is actually a video to prepare us for this coming Sunday, September 13th. We are going to be asking those of you who wish to participate in an in-service sanctuary service that this coming Thursday you call us and let us know that you're planning to participate. We do have a limited amount of seating that we're going to be able to put in and separate us, keeping that at least 6 feet distance between one another. If you are in a group of others who may be in your household, or they may be friends that you have chosen to be a family group with, we do have a group of people who meet every Sunday morning worshiping in someone's home together, and we'll consider that a family group and keep them together during the service. So if you're looking online and see that, we want you to understand why they are together. They've been worshiping already. We're trying to make this as responsible as possible, as comfortable as possible for everyone. We will be separating each other throughout the pews. The first 2 rows will be blocked off, and that's just to give you extra space from me when I'm speaking, because I will take my mask off during the sermon. And Vicki is singing over here, or the organ, or our song leader who will be behind me and behind the communion table, just to give us that extra bit of distance. Several things we want to ask before you even enter the building, and the first one is that you come prepared, putting your mask on before you enter the building. The masks are going to be mandatory for this service. We ask that you not linger in the parking lot. You can talk with people as you're entering, but we want you to come on in, find a seat by about 10 till 10, so that we can make sure everybody is seated. We will begin the service right at 10 o'clock. Some of the recording, if you've watched YouTube, you see us kind of milling around and talking, and that's because while the preview is running on Facebook Live, letting people know it's there, helping people to find it, we actually are being recorded live here in the front, and you will be as well. So we want you to come in, get comfortable. You can wave at the camera if you want to and say hello to people at home. This will just give us a chance to make sure everybody is in their place. What you'll find as you come in through the door is that there will be 2 hand sanitizer. These are freestanding right as you enter, and you don't have to touch it. Just put your hands underneath it, and you can wipe your hand, get them clean again as you enter. Mask on again. We walk into this gathering space. You'll see another place that has hand sanitizer if you need it. If you've come in from Grundy Street, it'll be there for you at that spot. We will have masks if you do not have one, and they will be there at both doors as you're coming in, so you can put one on. We also have plenty. We've had a lot of people who have spent this full summer making masks. Many have gone to the hospital, some to the schools, some to other people who have needed them for work and other reasons. And so we have still plenty of masks available for anybody who does need one. As you enter, you will have someone who will help you, who will be there to make sure you know where to come in and where to sit. As you call in, I'm going to try during this week. By Friday, I will have put people down as close to where you normally sit, as long as we can distance everybody appropriately. You may end up somewhere you're not used to, but we'll do our best. And that'll help us to give to the deacon or elders who will be at the back greeting you, and they will help you to find where you're going to be seated. You'll find in those seats also a bulletin for this coming Sunday. We'll print off enough to put in place. And also you'll find the communion that will be already in the pew for you. So you're not going to have to pick up anything. You're just going to come in and sit down. Say hi to one another from a distance, and we'll be ready to worship. As we worship, some of our parts of our service are a response. It is a call to worship as a litany that we respond to, and we sing together. Now, one of the things we're asking again, and for a variety of reasons, and there's lots of reasons to say this, we are asking you not to sing out loud, not like you would normally, not that full singing so we can hear you and everybody at home can hear you. Right now, what we're asking is, because we have our masks on, if you're going to sing, sing softly. Sing to yourself, basically. as you're responding to the call to worship, do the same. We're not asking for a full response, so even that we can hear you. It is a way for you to participate, but we're also trying to keep the minimum amount of our exhaling, which is the primary way that this virus is being spread. And these masks are not 100%. They are going to reduce the ability to spread it, but it is still available. They don't trap everything. And the other is when you're breathing out all that hot air, your mask is going to be uncomfortable, and you're going to be very tempted to lower it below your nose or below your mouth or just quickly grab a fresh breath. And we're trying to keep ourselves from doing that. So please keep your mask on, and please sing basically to yourself or softly as we go through the service. Speaking of our communion, since I have it in my hand, this is a very important part of our service, is when we gather around the table. We celebrate Christ's presence with us, and we've needed that reassurance that Christ walks beside us. We need the salvation that God brings, and so we celebrate at the table. And one of the things we do is normally we have you take the bread and the cup and we pass it to one another, and obviously that's something we really shouldn't be doing. So instead, we have procured these contained grape juice, and there's wafer up in the top. And I want to show you, walk through it if you've never used one of these before, just to make sure, because we have found that some people who find it a little bit cumbersome to figure out where to peel first, or they peel the grape juice first and then they have to look for the wafer. So the easiest thing to say is that this is a clear plastic on top that covers the wafer, and you just have to peel back that clear part first and pull it all the way back, and there you have your wafer. Yes, you can remove your mask in order to take the communion. Good question. I knew you were going to ask it. And second is to pull back then the second part of the tab that will reveal the grape juice inside. You can place them in the pew while we finish the service. We'll have a couple more songs and our blessing as we leave. But then I invite you to take this with you as you're leaving. There will be a trash can in the back as you leave the door, and just place these in there and we'll take care of them from the back. As we leave, we're also asking that those who sit in the back leave first, and then we'll work our way up towards the front. And please, even though we call that the gathering space with the window in here, we're asking you wait and gather outside to be able to speak to one another, to greet one another. That'll be our place outside to greet all of you. I'll do the same. We want to make sure that we are safe as possible, that we keep one another safe. We know there will be more questions. We're going to have times where we're not quite doing this the way we think we should be, and we'll adjust. Most importantly is we want to offer this opportunity. We do need to be together, and it's not easy. We don't know if this is months or a year or be more before we can fully gather together in this space. We hope it's not. We hope it's much sooner. But at least in the meantime, we're going to try to offer this for people to come in, get an opportunity to come in here and worship as best as possible. So please, call by Thursday before the Sunday ahead, earlier the better, and help us to make sure that we can include everybody that would like to be here, would like to join us in worship. We look forward to seeing you. We have missed being together, but always remember that we are bound by God's Spirit. We are a family of God. Even when our physical distance may be great, our spirits are drawn together closer and closer. We look forward to seeing you.